Welcome to day 11 of the 12 days of RN interview prep, and today I want to talk to you about your elevator pitch. What is an elevator pitch and when you want to use it during your interview? You want to be prepared to share your elevator pitch if they ask you a question like, why should we hire you? Or why are you the best candidate for this position? You also want to use it if they ask you a more broad, generalized question. So maybe you're at the end of the interview and they say something like, is there anything else you'd like to share that we didn't cover during the interview? Or simply, what else would you like us to know about you? These types of questions can throw people off because they tend to be asked towards the end of your interview. Maybe you've already shared your introduction and highlighted some of the best qualities about yourself, or you've already talked about your strengths and you don't want to be too repetitive, so you're not quite sure what to say. So that's why it's important to be prepared with this statement, this pitch about yourself that you can share in response to these questions. So in a nutshell, your elevator pitch is summarizing what you bring forward as a candidate and then connecting it to why this position, why this department that you're applying to. So when you're starting off your pitch, I think it's fine to start with an opening statement like, I think I'm a really strong candidate for this position. And then talking about those strengths and those positive characteristics that you bring. So even if you've already talked about that a little bit earlier in the interview, you can reiterate it and add to it a little bit more. So you can talk about things like your work ethic, being accountable, being coachable, being collaborative, working well within a team, whatever that looks like for you. This is also a great time to highlight any applicable, relevant experiences. So for instance, if you did your preceptorship in the area that you're interviewing for, or you have some relevant healthcare experience as a new grad, I would also remind them of that at this point. Then connecting it to why this position and making it really specific to their department and their organization. This may also be a good time to touch on some of the things that they shared with you during the interview. So if they talked about how they're proud of their culture on their unit, it's a great team environment, they have a lot of engagement with unit committees, you can talk about how that is something that you're interested in and makes you more excited about the opportunity. So you could say something like, I love the atmosphere of teamwork that you talked about a lot in this interview. That's exactly the type of supportive environment I'm looking for. I also want to get engaged with different unit project and unit committees. So hearing you talk about that made me more excited for this opportunity. So overall, this elevator pitch is something that you can have roughly planned out ahead of your interview, but know that you want to have some of that flexibility to be able to speak to some of what they've shared with you throughout the interview.